Are you afraid right now, Senator? Hmm? Are you afraid?
No, I don't like this.
I know you don't.
I'm afraid. I just don't like it.
No, you're afraid.
They were berating her, badgering her, thinking of little tricks to throw her off.
Well, he put words in her mouth. He literally put the words in her mouth. And she finally broke down under the intense pressure.
As we begin to hear from these edited excerpts, Hernandez is giving a solo rendition of Good Cop, Bad Cop, showing a patronizing concern for Serrano on the one hand and menacing her in subtle ways on the other. Serrano, one must remember, was merely a witness. She was not a person accused of a serious crime, clinging to a flimsy story with the hope of escaping punishment. She had no reason to invent such a story, but more important, the LAPD's own All Points Bulletin, from a separate source, describes the very people and the conversation Serrano was reporting. Nevertheless, Hernandez keeps attacking. The promise is that if she changes her story, the questioning will end. The threat is to publicly denounce her as a liar and to continue the interrogations.
Now, you see what happens? There's two ways to approach this thing.
What?
The first one is for me to appeal to you as a decent woman that campaigns for Senator Clinton.
Right.
This is the one way I can approach. The other way is for me to fold up the paper, go up here and tell these people, have them come where they're going to come upstairs. And this is the wrong way because, look, I have to look at myself. When I shave in the morning, I look at myself.
Right.
And right now I have my deepest compassion for you because you're a young lady. Mm-hmm. And I want to try to do whatever I believe is best for you. What's best for you?
Well, there was this girl coming, she was coming downstairs, and she said, we shot him. And all this girl in a polka dot dress, a white dress, a polka dot. And
it's like a disease. I know what I'm telling you. I know what I'm telling you.
It says I've never even seen a girl with a polka dot dress.
I'm saying that nobody told you we have shot Kennedy.
If somebody told me that we have shot
Kennedy.
I'm sorry, but that's true. That is true.
Look, one of these days you're going to be 27 years old, 28 years old. What kind of a person?
It's a whole mess of things.
Well, start from the beginning.
It's too messed up. Even I can't even remember what happened anymore.
Well, number one, you know that nobody told you we had shot Kennedy.
No, somebody told me we had shot Kennedy.
No, nobody told you. Where did they tell you this, Sandy?
Outside.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sandy, like I say, don't be.
Well, I'm not going to say I truly believe somebody told me, and I'm not going to say nobody told me just to satisfy anybody else.
No, just the truth to satisfy yourself. No, to satisfy the family, the remaining family of this. The Kennedys have had nothing but tragedy here since the first President Kennedy, now Senator Bobby Kennedy. Now what next? They have enough. At least it's a consolation to them. And I'm certain, and you mark my words, that one of these days, if you're woman enough, you will get a letter from Ethel Kennedy, personal, thanking you for at least letting her rest on this aspect of this investigation.
And somebody told me that, honest. No, really.
No, look, Sandy, and I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but I want you to tell me the truth about the staircase. Nobody in that staircase, what you're telling me here, told you that we have shot Kennedy.
A woman told me we had shot Kennedy.
Where did she tell you this?
Outside where? I believe I was on the staircase.
You say I believe I was on the staircase?
I'm sure.
I mean, look, a half lie is as much as a lie because there are no half lies.
Yeah, I was on the stairway. That's what she said.
Sandy, look, you're basically a decent person.
Thanks.
You're basically a decent person. But here you are, you're 20 years old. This is going to change your whole life in here. You're growing real fast in this room right now because you know that you have to make a decision to tell what's truthful, what's honest, what's right. No, you can't say that.
I can go.
Well, you can't say it with your lips, you can say it, but with your feeling, your heart, your soul, you've told me here. These are lies. This story is a lie. This didn't happen.
As we listen to excerpts from the last 20 minutes, we hear Serrano begin to wear down. Sergeant Hernandez senses her exhaustion and in his patronizing manner begins his endgame.
How come you're making yourself suffer like this?
I'm not making myself suffer. I'm not suffering. Leave me alone.
The only time that you will be left alone, and I can tell you right now, You tell me what happened out there, and I can assure you that nobody else...
I don't know what happened. To tell you the truth, I don't know what happened. I don't know really what happened. Everything is such a mess.
Well, think about it, Sandy.
I thought about it over and over and over and over in my head, and over and over and over and over. And I don't know. I can remember somebody, in my mind, I can remember somebody who said this to me. I can remember crying and crying and crying, and I can remember saying, oh, they told me we shot us. I can remember saying that, and then before I knew it, oh, you see two people? Oh, they were coming. Where were you at? I was outside. Did you see them run? Yeah. You know, the whole big mess. Oh, I don't know. They messed me up. And I knew all along they were messing me up. They messed me up so bad. It's not that I was telling you all lies. It's not that I wasn't telling you all lies, because somebody did tell me.
Well, they told you Kennedy had been shot, or they shot Kennedy, or he shot Kennedy. Then the policeman started questioning you. The next thing it was two people. The next thing it was a woman in a white and black polka dot dress. And before you know it, there they are. Sure, I can see where you got messed up.
Yeah, but look what's happened. You think
What's happened?
this whole thing has got out of proportion.
Well, we're going to stop it right now, aren't we? Aren't we, Sandy? We're going to stop it right now, and I'm going to go see if we can get a stenographer to come up and take a statement and stop it right now.
Hernandez finally gets his way. After over an hour of agonizing confrontation, he leads Serrano through a series of questions where she ultimately agrees to having been, quote, messed up. At the time Kennedy was murdered, Robert Houghton was chief of detectives for the Los Angeles police. It was under his direction that Special Unit Senator would be formed to investigate the crime. Special Unit Senator was also the title of Houghton's 1971 book, written to explain to the American people what really happened in the Robert Kennedy killing. Under the safe cover of official secrecy, Chief of Detectives Houghton would be able to quote with satisfaction from Sandra Serrano's recantation, never having to mention all that preceded it. Special Unit Senator closed the vexing case of the polka-dot dressed girl, says Houghton proudly in his book. In police work, for lack of a better word, we say a witness was contaminated.
This was obviously an open and shut case right from the beginning with all of the witnesses and the physical evidence. And I don't think it probably could have been handled in any better fashion than it really was.
Reporter Ted Chirac first recorded the complaints of the owners of the gun shop where Sirhan bought his ammunition, Ben and Donna Herrick.
I gave a statement to the FBI and the Los Angeles Police Department that Sirhan and two others had been in here about 6 weeks before. So they asked for some .357 armor-piercing tank ammo. We didn't have it for sale.
That's right. And they didn't even want her to testify because she wouldn't change her story.
Their former clerk, Larry Arnott, who actually made the sale, was impeached when he testified that Sirhan was with two other men.
Like the Arnott testimony, asking him if he sold the ammunition, and he said yes, and then they said he failed a lie detector test, and they have him identify the sales slip. And the sales slip definitely proves the fact that he was telling the truth, and they say the lie detector says he said he was telling a lie and then throwing him off the witness stand, you know, like it just discredited the man's testimony and made a fool out of him. And for no reason, because he was a prosecution witness to begin with. And it was the prosecution that did it to him, you know, and I don't like the smell of it.
I said that when we first started this investigation, you were a little girl at the time, but I said that we've interviewed 4,000 people, and we've done it because someday somebody, for purposes best known to themselves, regardless of the evidence, is going to try to prove that Sirhan didn't do it, that this was a conspiracy, that this is some big mysterious plan that, in spite of all the investigation, we haven't been able to uncover. We knew it would happen.
I was very unhappy with my encounter with the police department when I went down to the administration building. I was very much struck by their desire to fabricate a story and by their effort to strong-arm me mentally into stating that there were things that I did not agree with.
Some people who are interested in undermining confidence in the government of the United States, subversive people, will say this is some kind of a plot and so forth. And we anticipated all of this in advance.
if there's anything more to this, some of these witnesses may not live to testify again. I don't know how many people want to say this, but I am afraid.